War Horror Week here at BodyBags. And I decided to pick a film from 2013, directed and written by Emmanuel Itier, starring former UFC fighter and current Bellator Fighting Championship fighter Czech Congo, who did a really admirable job as Attila's son, Sumatra. It is Attila. Welcome to BodyBags. I'm your Thursday reviewer, Chris, from Chris B Movies. You know my name is Chris, and you know I love B movies. And like I say, it's theme week. It's war horror theme week. And I decided to go with this one. I've had this one in my collection for a while, and I had yet to watch it. I got this from Hamilton Books for really cheap. So I decided that, since no one else is going to do this one, I decided to jump on and do this one. Attila. Based on, of course, Attila the Hun. So it starts off with Attila the Hun and his two sons. One's named Sumatra, and that guy's played by Czech Congo. They're going into war and they're going to battle because what they want is the Staff of Moses. Now, the Staff of Moses breaks up into three parts, for which Attila has told his sons that he will hide one in an undisclosed area, and his two sons will hide it in an undisclosed area. They won't tell each other where they put it, but they will bury themselves with this Staff of Moses. So that way it'll be in their possession for eternity, and no one will ever find it. Well, this archaeologist is working with the commander, and he sends his soldiers out to try to find the Staff of Moses because he has a clue that these things are around. And of course, Attila the Hun and his sons are already dead, buried with the three parts of the Staff of Moses. When assembled, it turns into a cane, and if you drink blood from it, the blood from the reincarnated Attila and his sons, you will gain eternal power, and you will get an army of superhuman soldiers that will never die. Oh yeah, they will be immortal. So that's what the commander wants all about. He wants to get these immortal soldiers so that he can win any battle and every battle. So he sends out, again, Chris Conrad, who plays Vito, and he's his top soldier. I mean, this guy's bad to the bone. He's like Michael Dudikoff in American Ninja. That's what he kind of reminds me of. And he's a top soldier, but he has a lot of mental health issues. He has PTSD from the various wars he's been through, and seeing his fallen friends die right in front of him, it's kind of affected him. So he sees them every so often, the people who have died, all his friends who have died in war. He sees them. They're all like around him all the time. And he's always shooting at people who aren't there, and he has really bad PTSD, and he's going through a lot of mental health issues. But when put on task to do something, he gets the job done, and that's why the commander puts him right in charge. Now, his archaeologist buddy, who's a really shady guy, his son is like this wannabe warrior, officer. I don't even know what he is, and it doesn't really explain what he is. He joins up with the soldiers, and again, they're trying to find one of the Staff of Moses. Now, it's not certain why he doesn't try to find all three. So eventually they do find it, and they find it inside this big thing of charcoal. And so when they bring it in to their scientist, who is going to try to get this thing open, because there's a certain code in order to open this that only he knows. And so how does he know that? Very quizzical here. He eventually gets it open, and of course there's an impression of Attila's son, actually Sumatra. And so he takes a big piece of charcoal and he puts it to the side, and now he's examining this part of the Staff of Moses. When everything gets down to the nitty-gritty, we find out that Sumatra rises and comes back to life, and now it's him against these soldiers, and he's immortal, he's superhuman, he's an awesome presence. Czech Congo himself is just an amazing presence, and he kills a lot of these soldiers. One guy is this kung fu guy that really gives him a good battle, but mostly anybody else doesn't give much of a battle. He chokes him, puts him in MMA moves, he takes a staff and throws it, and it goes right through a guy's stomach. And then the guy's in a Jeep, okay? He takes this big giant staff and throws it. It goes right through the guy's stomach. And then he's like, you want me to run him over? And all the other soldiers are like, yeah, do it. I'm sorry, but if I had this big thing going right through my stomach. I wouldn't have the energy to get the Jeep going and ram this guy, for which he does. He rams him against a tree, and now he's stuck. And then he says, "Guys, I got this." And he says that so normally. I'm sorry, but if you have something that's thrown through you, I wouldn't be able to talk. I'm sorry. Never mind. Start up a Jeep and ram Attila Sumatra into a tree. So eventually he takes a grenade and just throws it, and he blows himself up because he knows he's going to die anyway. But of course, Sumatra is immortal, and Sumatra kills more soldiers along the way. And of course, Attila comes back. So you see the ultimate battle when Attila does come back with Sumatra against his father. So the father and son go at it in this epic battle. And well, at that point, the end is close to coming. And hilarious ending. I had quite a chuckle. We learn a lot of things from this movie, and we learn one thing. One of the girl soldiers had all these packs of gum, and she says that gum, which gum you choose, dictates your personality. It's a very odd scene. I don't know the way they came up for it. So at the end, spoiler here, so when Vito and Katie are talking at the end, she's like, "What gum did you choose?" He's like, "I don't chew gum. I eat chocolate." And he popped the chocolate in his mouth. That's basically how the movie ended. Hilarious, pretty nonsensical, but fun along the way. You know, the action scenes were really good. The fight scenes were well choreographed. Czech Congo is an amazing presence when he comes back and starts just destroying these soldiers. You kind of believe it because he's just this imposing guy. You know he's immortal, so you know nothing you do is going to kill him. The end scene was hilarious because did they think that was going to kill him? And then you see the end towards the very end. I'm not going to ruin that for you. You got to check it out yourself. You can pick this one at Hamilton Books up for really cheap. It was a fun film. A lot of scenes were laughable. A lot of the death scenes were hysterical. But I'm glad that he used a lot of MMA moves to kill some of the soldiers. That was pretty fun. And then he did some just weak stuff where he would just smack someone, they would drop, and you'd never see them again. You would kind of come to the conclusion that they're dead when that wouldn't kill anybody. But maybe with someone like superhuman strength like Czech Congo coming back as Attila Sumatra, that might make sense. I don't know. Anyways, a really fun film, good war horror film, and I would definitely check this one out. You know, give it a shot. Get it at Hamilton Books for really cheap and watch it and have fun. Have some popcorn. Invite friends over, have some colas, and have a good time watching Attila. Oh yeah, it's a good time to be had. I'm gonna put this one in the cheeseometer because they had a lot of cheesy elements to it. 10 being best cheese, 1 being the worst cheese ever. I would give it a solid 7. Really enjoyed this film. I would definitely give this one a watch again. Maybe have some friends over and show them this film as well. Yeah, pick this one up at Hamilton Books. And another great theme week. Awesome stuff by the other dudes. And more great stuff to come. So check out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, yeah. And check me out on next Thursday, because you never know what I'm going to bring to the table. And don't forget to check out those late-night horror movies. Read up on your latest Fright Mags. But don't forget to tune in to another episode that we like to call BodyBags. See ya! Oh, and if you don't tune in, I'm going to get Attila Sumatra, Czech Congo himself, to come get you and choke you out. Later, dudes.